What's up, Drop Pod listeners? You can check out new episodes of the Drop Podcast every Tuesday and Thursday wherever you listen to podcasts. You can find all of our content on YouTube at the Drop Golf Podcast and on our socials. That's Instagram and Twitter at the Drop_pod. No matter how you consume us, like, subscribe, rate, review, all that good stuff. Follow and listen along.
This episode is brought to you by All County Exteriors. Discover the excellence of All County Exteriors, a third-generation leader in premier exterior home remodeling, proudly celebrating over 40 years of success. While most remodeling companies last just 5 years, All County Exteriors has withstood the test of time, consistently delivering top-quality roofing, siding, windows, and doors. Their expertise extends from small repairs to large additions, serving homeowners and builders alike. More than just a construction company, All County Exteriors is deeply committed to community service, proudly supporting organizations such as the Make-A-Wish Foundation, the American Cancer Society, Roofs for Troops, and Parents of Autistic Children. If you have planned to do any exterior remodeling, call the experts at All County Exteriors for a free, no-obligation estimate for your project. Just call 732-370-2780 or email them at info@allcountyonline.com. That's 732-370-2780 for All County Exteriors for all your remodeling needs. This is the Drop Podcast where we talk golfing in the Garden State. I'm Mike Poro, and this is Ryan Coulott.
What's up, Drop Pod people? How you doing this week? Welcome back to episode 89. Mike and I coming at you here on Tuesday, June 18th. Let's get a quick recap of our schedule. Yesterday, Monday, June 17th, Magic Mike Mondays. Mike took on the 8th hole, par 3 at Galloway National. Beautiful hole, really just a golf hole, Mike. I absolutely loved it when we got to play it. Water down the left, tucked pin placement on the right there. It was a good hole to get at. Today's Tuesday, episode 89. Reminder, you can subscribe and watch all of our stuff on YouTube as well, and you can check out all of our content on our YouTube page. Wednesday, tomorrow, the 19th, you got my hole at Galloway. It's a par 3 extravaganza, Mike. We both took on par 3s. I took on the 5th hole. You took on the 8th hole. I know we've kind of talked about it, little side tangent, but par 3s have some beautiful optics, and these are two absolutely visually stunning holes. They really are. Just a beautifully aesthetic holes. They were excellent. Staying in our Galloway theme, on Thursday, we have the director of golf, general manager of Galloway National, Jason Lamp. He is the head honcho over there, and we got to sit down with him. He had us out. It was a really cool experience getting to sit in like that little. They got this little sidebar that we got to record in and talk to him. And he's forgotten more New Jersey golf than most other people have ever experienced. I mean, you talk about state open champion to be in the position that he's in at the kind of club he's in, the gamut and the tree of people that he's had under him is extraordinary. It was a real treat getting to interview him.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it was a full day experience for you and I at Galloway, from not only getting there bright and early, playing, then sitting down, talking with Lampy about so many different things, and then having lunch with him afterwards. Listen, we were there from like 7 to 3. It was a full day. Mm-hmm. So you'll have to tune in Thursday. I mean, the stories he shares are so good. So
yeah,
good.
Really was. And then we got Fun Friday this week. You know, we'll see what we come up with. But that's a little schedule for this week. Here we go. Let's get into the episode, Mike. We got the U.S. Open. Might have heard of it. That'll be a big topic today. But before we get there, we got a couple updates. We talked about the Polos. Polos have been out. They've been online. We've been pushing them. Mike, you got any updates as far as kind of some behind the scenes there to share?
Yeah. So listen, we're about 2 weeks into these things being live, and we're nearly halfway sold. I mean, they're half gone. So, I mean, I know people have been DMing me asking, like, are they available still? I want this color. We're about halfway through these things in 2 weeks of them being out. Chris is doing an unbelievable job. You order them, you're getting them. And listen, I know we had this conversation last Tuesday. I know you've gotten yours. And you said you were going to be the bearer of this and the judge of whether or not they were sized appropriately. And I will say this, in the 2 weeks that they've been live, there has not been one person that has DM'd me or text me or commented about anything. So listen, I need to hear from the horse's mouth directly. How do the polos fit?
They fit good. They fit good. They are significantly bigger size than last year. I know I talked about it last year, Mike, and sometimes it goes to like the feel of it, right? Like I'm not the kind of person, I don't like things snugly fit. That's just me. But I know that's how these kind of things are made nowadays. So like you could just go up a size and it's going to be still a little tighter than whatever, but these aren't loose fit by any means, but they are significantly bigger. They are sized appropriately. If you are an XL, get an XL. If you're a 2X, get a 2X. If you're a 3X, get the 3X. It is going it is going to fit. It really is. It's looser in the arms. The arms are a little longer. The sleeves are a little bit longer. The a little looser under the armpit there. It's a good fitting polo. I got no qualms about it. We did much better this year. I thought we did great last year. We did better this year.
Well, listen, like I've been telling people, I people had been saying to me like, "Oh, I got the first one. But here's what I say: it's a better design with a better logo on a better polo. You got to get yours. And listen, I say that not as a way to push the polos to have people wear them and all that, but they are. Look at the logo. It's better. Look at the designs. They're better. Everything, every so often, we're finding ways to get better. This is just another way that we're doing that. So listen, before these things fly off the shelves and there's none left, and I have to get a DM saying, where are they? You better go pick up yours now. Head over to flukeapparelco.com. Go check it out. It's all right there. We have our little spot there. It says the Drop Pod Polos. Get the color, get the design, get the size you want today.
And Mike, to that point, last time we ran this was kind of like iPhone 1, right? iPhone 1 came out. I don't know what we're going to do with phones. The difference between iPhone 1 and 2, huge difference. Same difference between 1 and 2 Drop Pod Polos, huge difference. Also, Mike, last time we ran these, we bought there was a specific waiting period, right? Like we were going to wait until we got no waiting period. We have them in. They're in. Once they're out, they're out. So if you're looking for a periwinkle in large, once there's no more large periwinkles, we're not ordering. Like it's gone, like a poof, like a fart in the wind, gone. So get yours today while they're available. I don't think anything's out yet.
There's one of everything at least right now. I'll say that.
So go get them now while they're still available. You don't want to wait any longer and potentially miss something just because you were waiting on something. I don't know.
Are you looking for the perfect place to tee it up this season? Or just looking for a great spot for casual comfort food? Or how about the most picturesque backdrop for the wedding of your dreams? Then you need to go visit Galloping Hill Golf Course in Kenilworth, New Jersey. Conveniently located in Union County, right off exit 138 on the Garden State Parkway, Galloping Hill encompasses over more than 270 beautiful acres. It was again ranked in the top 10 of best public golf courses in New Jersey. Galloping Hill also offers a top 50 in the country learning center with 52 stalls and a 45,000 square foot practice area. In addition to a 9-hole course that is ranked in the top 10 of short courses in the entire country, Galloping Hill is more than just golf. The Hill Tavern Bar and Grill is a gastro pub with seasonal food and beer options updated regularly with amazing views of the course. Hosting over 100 golf outings and over 400 social events per year, their catering team consistently wins awards each year from the Knot and the Wedding Wire. Schedule a tour for your special event at the clubhouse at gallopinghill.com. It's all happening this year at Galloping Hill Golf Course.
Another big thing, Mike, that we got going on here in our world, we got the polos. We talked about how it's a big summer. We got a lot of stuff coming up. We've had some great experiences. We're going to talk about Galloway and we mentioned Jason Lamp and all that. Another big thing we have coming up is the Dome. We got a great experience coming up. Again, you're our details guy. Let's drop the deets.
So listen, this is something that you and I are going to
Hold,
try.
hold, hold on. You see what I did there? Drop the deets. That was good. You
Yeah,
got
okay. That plane took off and landed
We're the
somewhere
drop.
else.
You're going to drop the deets. Both begin with D. Anyway, continue. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Again, no clue what that means. Anyway, this is something that you and I are going to try this summer because we have more free time. And it's going to be something where we record an episode in person at this different spot. We're starting this whole little venture off June 30th, 4 o'clock. Ryan and I will be recording that Tuesday's episode from the Dome in Jackson. Listen, I don't know how else to describe it. This place is like golfer's paradise. There is so much to do. There's so many amazing opportunities. Listen, I don't even know how to explain it, but Ryan and I are going to be there from 4 to 6. We're going to record Tuesday's episode there about our experience. We're going to go through. If you want to come meet us, you want to come say hello, we will be live in person June 30th, 4 to 6 at the Dome. This is something that you're going to see a lot of things being teased about within the next 2 weeks, constantly promoting it. Listen, we're there. We're going to say hello. We're going to be filming some content. We're going to be hitting some shots. More or less, we're going to go experience what this Dome is all about. Because I can't tell you how many people have said, listen, have you been there? I've said no. They said, you got to go. And what better way to collaborate with someone who is, listen, when we talk golfing in the Garden State, it's not always about the golf course. It's not always about the golf professional or the director of golf. It's all things. This is just another avenue for you and I to kind of tap into. Listen, I'm beyond excited. I'm beyond thrilled. And there's more of these to come. I'm not going to continue to tease where we're going next to record these types of things. But the first spot, June 30th, Sunday, 4 to 6, we will be at the Dome in Jackson. Come say hello.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing this, Mike. This is going to be such a cool new adventure for us. I just pulled up the website because I didn't want to forget anything. I mean, they got axe throwing, a flight simulator. There's an arcade there. I mean, it is a golfer's paradise, but it's also so much more. It has all this other stuff. It's really a neat little place. I'm really looking forward to experiencing everything that they got to offer. And yeah, I you said it. Come say hi. Come hang out. More details will follow. As we kind of get there, but as we get closer to there, so gonna be a good day. Really is. I'm looking forward to it.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Before we get to the U.S. Open and some other professional golf, let's talk Korn Ferry Tour. That happened this week. Morgan made the cut, cashed a check, which is always good. He's seems to be playing a little better. You know, he's golf is hard. We saw that this week, and Morgan's a great golfer, but it's taken a little bit to get back into this. You know, we'd like to do more than make cuts. I know he has aspirations of PGA Tour, but you got to crawl before you walk, kind of thing. So that's what he's doing. He made the cut, cash a check. Good on him. Let's go to the next one, right? Cash a check. Let's keep that momentum. Let's get that ball rolling, and let's turn that snowball into an avalanche. You know?
Yeah, I will say this about him. Listen, he's got to get it going. He's got to get it going because, we talk about like they got to get inside the top 30 to get their PGA Tour card without having to go to Q school. And I know he's got his buddies up there at the PGA Tour when he's got Justin Thomas, he's got Ricky Fowler, all his guys, but he wants to play with them. And in order to get there, he's got to get inside the top 130. He's got to get inside the top 30. He's currently at 127, so he's a mile away. And listen, now that he's got his Drop Pod t-shirt, maybe he just needs to start wearing that instead of any, Grayson shirt while he's out there. And maybe that'll just bring him some good vibes.
Morgan, I don't know if you heard, Drop Pod Polos are on sale, right? They are good luck on the early rounds, right? Wear it on that Thursday, Friday round, and then you can go to your Grayson gear on the weekend. But early rounds, the Drop Pods are good luck.
He's playing this week. Listen, he's playing this week, out there in Oklahoma. He's the only New Jersey guy in the field right now. I'm hopeful that we can start, getting some top 20s, some top 10s, and hell, it'd be nice to sniff in a top 5 and maybe even a W.
Yeah. I'm looking at the list, Mike, to see who's in that top 30, and Sam Bennett is 31 right now. Just to show you how hard golf is, this guy nearly won the Masters last year, 2 years ago, two Masters ago.
He was in contention, yeah.
And in contention, coming out of college, and he's a guy that played with pros, right? And beat a ton of pros. I think he finished 4th or 5th that week, or tied somewhere up there on the leaderboard. I know he had a pretty good finish as an amateur, right?
Yeah, he won the USAM,
right?
At the 122nd USAM.
So guy could play golf, and he's 31st currently outside
in New Jersey. By the way, I don't know if you know, at Ridgewood, he won the
Ridgewood
the USAM
and Arcola. I do know.
Yeah. So I mean, like, listen, we say it all the time. I know these may not be household names, but these guys are good, man. They're good. And listen, you see the numbers they put up. It's like minus 25 wins, minus 29 wins. Like, if you're not going 65, 65, 65, 65, like, you're losing to the field.
Yeah. So he's got
some work.
He does, but he is inside. So the top 156 qualify for the Korn Ferry Tour Finals. He is inside that. Maybe you can make some noise there. So who knows? But yeah, we need Morgan to get hot here. This week on the PGA Tour is a signature event. Chris is in it. Goddard is in the field at the Travelers. So an exciting event there. Up in Massachusetts.
Connecticut.
I know my buddy has played that course and absolutely loves it. Isn't this usually a slugfest? Don't they usually go really low? Don't they like playing here because it's a birdie course? They usually tear it up, right?
They love the area. It's not a very long course. It's only 6,800 yards, par 70. They normally tear it up. Yeah. But I think from what everybody says, it's more the hospitality more than anything.
They do a great job. Yeah. So Chris is in the field, and I know he was disappointed in the U.S. Open, but hopefully he took some time to get things right, and go out and win another event.
Yeah, I mean, listen, him and Max are when we talk about the FedEx Cup playoffs, you got to be top 70, and I know now the goals have kind of changed with Chris winning, Max now finishing T21 last week at the U.S. Open. Like, these guys are right there. They're sniffing. It's top 70 get into the first playoff event. Chris is 83, Max is 96. Like, they're right there. And it's going to be the end of August before you know it. So we got to find a way to keep these guys pushing in the right direction, a couple more good finishes, and forget about securing the card. We're thinking bigger and better.
Yeah, absolutely. It is going to show up before you know it, because we're essentially late June already. There's 4 weeks in July, so you got basically 5 events before you get to August, and you don't want to say you're running out of time, but it comes up quick. For sure it does.
The Dome at Adventure Crossing in Jackson, New Jersey is a golfer's dream come true, and possibly the greatest indoor driving range of all time. Whether you're a scratch golfer, high handicapper, or even just starting out, you have to come hit balls under this enormous indoor dome. There are 44 bays on 2 levels, and Top Tracer technology helps you improve your swing with the most accurate ball tracking in the industry. They even offer lessons. Come alone or bring the crew to drive balls or play simulated championship courses. You can even bring the family, because the Dome is not just golf. There are sports simulators, enhanced axe, knife, ninja stars, dart throwing, arcades, boardwalk games, air hockey, and even a VR roller coaster and flight simulator. And I can't forget about the food. Delicious food and drink are brought right to you while you play. You can even book a party here with dedicated party areas and packages for celebrations of all sizes. The Dome in Jackson, New Jersey has it all. Golf, games, food, and fun. It's a great place to play, practice, and party. If you haven't been here, get here. Visit thedomenj.com and book a visit today.
All right, Mike. Let's Let's do it. Let's get to the crux of the issue here. The U.S. Open at Pinehurst. What an event. What a tournament. The tournament was as I don't want to say as bad as last year was at LACC, but the term pitch and putt has been thrown around quite a bit, right? This was excellent. This had everything. I mean, it was kind of nice to see pro golfers hit shots that look like mine. It was nice to seem relevant. You know, they and the other thing that I really liked was they had when they showed the actual green, like the outline of the green, and then what did they call it? It was the green and then the actual green, like the spot where the false front started. So they had the spot where you had to land it. It was really they did a great job on that kind of stuff. The graphics, the production, the team, all that was top notch. But the golf course was spectacular. The play was excellent. It was an amazing U.S. Open.
Listen, Dan Hicks, former guest of ours, talked about it when we had him on. That they said that NBC had more people than an Olympics normal production team. They had more people there at the U.S. Open, and I think it showed because they did an unbelievable job with everything. I don't know what many people can say in terms of a negative, but they did a phenomenal job. But I thought the best part about it is we talked a lot about the golf course. It wasn't the -20s, we all wanted to see a little bit of a slugfest, like the -5s, the -4s. Like we wanted to see a U.S. Open go back to its roots of being a tough venue. Pinehurst flexed its muscles a little bit there, and I thought they did an unbelievable job there.
It really did. It was. I thought it was a really good test. You had to grind your way. At no point were those guys comfortable in their round. And sometimes they do get comfortable. They get like, hey, we're just kind of rolling. We got a couple holes here that like it's fairway, green, make your putt, take your tap in 2 putt. Like there's really nothing out there, right? Like that's going to be hindering. You can kind of go numb for a few holes, and then you got to then you got to pick it up at Amen Corner or whatever like that. There's nothing like that, right? Pinehurst, 18 holes of mental focus, deal with the frustration, the ups, the downs, the highs, the lows. You got to be locked in for every single shot of those, hopefully 68 shots, but possibly 75 shots. And it was really, I do love that. It was really cool to see.
Yeah, I mean, listen, what a tournament. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know who picked the winner, but man, it was spot on too. So I mean, I kind of got lucky there. I kind of got lucky.
Yeah, like I texted you, easy on that, because it wasn't like he's a top 5 betting favorite, so it wasn't like
it was plus 2,000,
right? But like
picking a winner in a golf tournament is probably the hardest thing to do. There's typically 156 players, right? That besides Scotty going on his
but there's
run,
not 156 players that have a chance to win.
I mean, think about the PGA Tour. Last year when the British Open, are people going to pick Brian Harman? Do you think last year's U.S. Open people had Wyndham Clark winning the whole thing? The odds are very hard in a PGA Tour event.
I got that, but I'm saying he was a top betting favorite, right? He was still came in second at the PGA. It wasn't like
a no name, right? You're not going on a limb,
no name, right?
But listen, if you're telling me I have a plus 2,000 or 20 to 1 win on a bet,
I got that.
That's pretty damn good. It's pretty damn good if you had me. But I will say this: I do have my question for you about this tournament because, listen, I loved every minute. I think I watched from literally the 4th hole on Sunday. By the time I got home, what do you think, from your perspective, was the bigger story? Was it Rory's putts missed? Or was it Bryson's 55-yard bunker shot on 18?
So this is going to be similar to the question that I had for you. Did Rory lose this or did Bryson win it? And I think they're both kind of 6 and 1, half a dozen. I do think the Bryson bunker shot is going to go down in history as one of the all-time shots. It's the 1 iron. It's the all the excellent
It's Payne Stewart's putt
maybe
right there.
Payne Stewart's put right. It's up there with like Tiger's chip in. It's going to be an iconic shot in the annals of golf history, right? It was. They say the pros, and they were said on the broadcast, right? Dan said it. That's the shot the pros don't want to hit. That long bunker shot that's not greenside, but not fairway, that like 40 to 60 yard. Nobody wants to hit that. And he hit it perfectly. And going back even further, like, I know you don't play off roots. Like, he hits that. He looked like, and from the angle, it looked like he was aiming for the bunker because he couldn't do anything else with it. So he's thinking, I have to put it in the bunker, and then I have to mentally get ready for this shot that I hate hitting. That's the hardest shot in golf. As per the pros, that's the one they don't want to hit. And then to pull it off and put it exactly where he wanted to on a green that is large, yes, but a lot of movement to put it there is again, I said it. It's going to go down as one of the best golf shots in the history of golf. It really is. That said,
yeah. Go ahead, golf. I'll let you finish.
I don't. If Rory can make a total of 6 feet in putts, that shot doesn't matter. So it's really devastating, and I think what showed exactly how I think Rory's going to take this one the worst of all of his close but no cigars. He didn't give an interview after. He declined an interview. I think that goes to show the kind of place that he was in, because he knew that he lost that tournament. Right? If he makes those 2 putts, Bryson wins. Right, he wins because Bryson, figure Bryson still pulls it way left. However, he continued. Now, I know that was a bad lie, but all week he got lucky on his breaks. He really did. But if Rory just makes 2 putts, a 2-footer and a 3.5-footer, whatever they are, he wins the tournament. And that's got to be absolutely killing Rory, because those are the first 2 putts he's missed from inside of 3 feet. I think I saw the stat 459 for 459 until those 2.
Scary. Listen, scary.
Yeah. Very scary.
Listen, what I thought when I was texting yesterday and Rory was going on his birdie binge, I was like, man, this guy, it's over. Like, he's on one of these streaks right now, and like, forget about it. And then when he missed that putt on 16, I was like, oh my God. Like, he's legitimately going to give Bryson a chance here. Mm-hmm. He's going to give Bryson a chance. And then when he missed that putt on 18, I said, I'm watching him line up, and I'm like, he's aimed way too far left.
I texted you that. I said, why is he aimed so far left before he even hit the putt?
And then he kind of like push
he just babied it. Like, he didn't finish the putt. Like, he just tapped it. Like, he knew it was a gentle putt, and just
you want to talk about nerves? You want to talk about nerves?
Again,
clearly they got to him. But then I'll say this: just like a lot of things, the door gets opened, right? Bryson gets this door open. He has an opportunity. It is now on you to go seize that, and that's what he did. He said, "Okay, the door's open, and I'm going to go make an exclamation mark and close this thing out." Because listen, he could have easily made bogey there. They could have had a 2-hole aggregate playoff right there, but he did not let it happen. And I thought Rory choking this away allowed Bryson to say, hey, listen, someone's going to be that guy. Someone's going to hit that shot. Someone's going to be that major champion. And listen, Rory's going to be fighting a lot of demons a lot longer now, because that was his one to win.
Mm-hmm. It really was. And Rory missing that putt on 18 opens up Bryson to say, you know what, I can do this. Because if I hit it onto the green and it sucks, I can still 2-putt for a bogey, and we can go to a playoff. But now he hits that shot with the same kind of now he has that same kind of confidence where, like, I can go hit the shot, and you know what? Worst case, we're going to a playoff because I'll get it on the green if it's not close. If I like, not that he's going to blade it, but like if I hit it too far past or I chunk it and hit it short and it's still on, we're not getting up and down, but we're on and we're two putting.
Yeah,
Or
there's not as much pressure on him.
there's really
he knows,
not.
He knows. Listen. I can take a deep breath,
And it frees him up. Yeah.
and listen. He executes that shot, and I was like, you know what? It sucks to see Rory do that, but I think in majors, you got to perform. And the fact of the matter is that guy has not gotten it done. I don't know how people can have the faith in him coming down the stretch that he's ever going to get it done in the near future. And listen, that dude not only has struggles going on the golf course, but you hear about all the personal things going on in his personal life that now have got to be weighing in. That guy's mind right now must be all over the place because he goes from getting a divorce to reconciling with his wife to missing 2 3-footers on the last 2 or 3 holes at the US Open, losing. He leaves the parking lot before Bryson's celebration is even over, and he's gone. Like, man, talk about going through a lot.
Yeah, I don't know the amount of psychotherapy that he's going to have to go through right now. It's got to be. You talk about like the sports psychologists that the guys that talk you through all this stuff. The next time he gets over a 3-foot putt, what's he going to think? He's going to go through PTSD. He's going to have a flashback like he's in Nam. That's what's going to happen. It's a shame, but and I love Rory. I was rooting hard for him, and it's really a shame. Yeah, I don't want to see him. Had Bryson hit that shot, that bunker shot, and that secures the win, different story. But Rory, you just have this feeling that he lost it. Not saying Bryson didn't win it too, because that shot was phenomenal and it could have gone. There's just that feeling, that pit in your stomach that like, man, Rory let this one go. That was
which is why I think you can say both happened.
Both are true for sure.
Rory lost it. Rory lost it, and then Bryson won it with that shot
for sure. Because that shot and the thinking through and all that. And I texted you, how much time does he get? He's under that tree. He's swinging the club, looking, moving. I don't feel safe with it. Let's get the timer on him, huh? You get however many seconds to hit a shot. Let's hit the shot. But regardless, he executes the shot and he's able to throws it into the bunker, throws it onto the green, makes the putt. He has a spectacular hole. And is able to take home the victory. It really was excellent golf for him.
Yeah, it was. Listen, it was easily one of the best, if not the best tournament in my eyes all year so far. And I don't know if it's because it's Pinehurst, now the home of golf, the whole 9, all this that goes to it. But that just from the beginning on Thursday to the end on Sunday was, in my eyes, one of the best events all season.
I hate saying this because I do love the Masters, and I don't want to sound like I have recency bias. But the more that I watch the U.S. Open and the more meaning it has now, for me, as someone who was never a competitive golfer growing up, seeing the longest day, seeing all the qualifiers, all the work that goes into it, so all the behind-the-scenes stuff now, I'm now at a point where and I have always had this affinity to the U.S. Open, but I love the Masters too, and it's always nice to watch the Open Championship wake up, have coffee, and you're watching golf, right? All that's true. I really think the Open, like the U.S. Open, is my favorite event. It's my favorite major, I think, outside of the Ryder Cup. I love that you have a teacher in there. There's a science teacher in there. There's guys, there's pros that are trying to make. They're playing in the longest day so that they can get into the tournament. You got all the qualifiers. You got just so many different walks of life that are able to do it. It's not just pro golfers. I love that narrative and hearing those stories and seeing that. I'm trying not to have recency bias because I know when the Masters comes around next year, I love the Masters. This hole, you got to hit it here. Mike, look what they did to this. Looking on Google Earth to see where they went. I get all that. But I really truly believe that the US Open is the best test, is my favorite tournament. And again, maybe it's the carnage. I like seeing guys look like me on the golf course.
Awesome. And you know the thing I like about it is that everybody has the opportunity to go play that course. The idea that anybody can go there, and I get it, it's expensive. I understand that. Don't DM me and say, Mike, I can't go. Listen, I get it. It's expensive.
$600.
But you can go experience the carnage yourself. And I think that's another thing that is awesome, is I can go play Pinehurst number 2. I think that's a really cool thing.
So I know we've had this conversation. I like some of the, I like when it's at Oakmont or when it's at Shinnecock or when like those places are iconic places. But to me, the U.S. Open being at a public spot, it just is simpatico with all the stuff I just talked about, right? It's hand in hand with like the public. Anybody in the public can play in this tournament. Anybody in the public can go play this course. Same thing when they have it at Bethpage. Like it's open to the public, and I get that it's open to the public with quotes because not everyone has $650 to play a round of golf. But in theory, it's open to everybody.
Yeah. And listen, and shout out to our boy Max. Finishes T21. Listen, the only guy in New Jersey in the field, goes out in finals, fires a final round 68. Listen.
Great final round.
Great final round because he made the cut on the number, battles through Saturday, goes low on Sunday, climbs that leaderboard. Listen, you got to hope that this is a little jump start to his season as well.
Yeah, for sure. For sure there. Mike, I know you gave it away last show. After seeing the course, you're going down in a couple weeks. You are fortunate to get to play it. What are your predictions for your own game? You got a score in mind?
Well, I think we're going to be playing the blue tees. I'm not playing where they played.
I think playing from where they played would be the most. You're absolutely crazy. I would get you institutionalized if you did that.
Yeah. First off, there's a couple things with that. One,
7,500 yards par 70 is
right.
crazy.
There's some part of me like I know I'm going to get beat up, but I will say this: I've played it in 2022 before. I shot 85 from the blue tees. So that was my first go around ever playing there. I shot 85. We're going to probably do the same thing and play the blue tees again this time around. But there are a lot of differences to what those guys play to what I'll play. Granted, the number one thing is the yardage and the par. It's only a par 70 for them. For us, average folk, it's a par 72, where 2 of those par 5s are 4s for them, will be back to 5s for us. Mm-hmm. For example, like number 16 that they played as a par 4 at 500 plus yards, for the regular public, it's a par 5. So listen, I don't know what I'll shoot again. I think the goal is to break 80. I'd love to do that. But yeah, listen, we have a loaded trip in July. My dad, my brother, and I heading down there. I'm going to put out the itinerary in a few weeks once I finalize everything. But I am fortunate to play number 2. I'm playing number 6. I'm playing number 8. Those are my 3 courses that I'm playing on grounds or on the resort, more or less. I am stepping off. I'm playing Forest Creek, private golf course right there in Pinehurst. I'm playing Tobacco Road as well, one of the famous ones down there, that another Mike Strantz one. And then we're playing Longleaf Family and Golf Club. So listen, we're playing 36 every day. You know me, it's right up my alley. We're 1 tee times at 6:30. It's even better. So it's a lot of golf, and I can't wait to get down there. So my hands will be all taped up. We'll be blistered up, making sure I'm ready to go. But listen, sub 80 is the goal. Sub 80 is the goal. I know when I played it the first time, it's amazing. You hear the saying, turtleback greens, hump, all that. But when you see them, it's just a different thing. It's just different. But
as the kids say, it hits different.
It does. So
I'm excited for you. I've told you multiple times now. Nobody in my family golf, so seeing you be able to spend that time with your dad and your brother is. I'm super. Again, I'll go with what the kids say. I'm hella jelly.
Yeah, I got some tricks.
I'm very jealous of you.
Yeah, I got some tricks up my sleeve. Some surprises out there as well. So, you'll be seeing some things when I'm down there that are like kind of different. But I got some things up my sleeve and kind of like thank yous to my dad for organizing everything.
I don't know when you don't have things up your sleeve, but again, you're going to have a great trip down there. And I would love for you to break 80. I'm going to take the over.
Wow. Wow. Duly noted.
Yeah.
Duly noted. Listen, of all people, I thought you'd have my back and be like, you know what, Mike? You're going to man up. You're going to go low. You're going to have your focus cap on. You're just going to get out there and you're going to grind your way around for 77. But no, you say I'm shooting like, give me your number.
I think you go lower than 85, but I think it's in the 80 to 85 range.
Okay. Just now I'm going to go grind. Now practice sessions are going to increase. Early mornings in the garage, practice and the putting.
There you go. And that's why I'm here for you. I need to light that fire for you. And then when you break
lit.
it,
the fire's lit from 4 fucking a.m. every morning till who knows when I go to sleep. Go. But now it's practicing golf.
The last thing we got to talk about, Mike, is Galloway National. You and I are fortunate enough to play it. Again, we mentioned at the top, we had Jason Lamp on, and he's going to be our interview this week for Thursday. Going from a public track like Pinehurst that we just talked about, everybody being able to play, to a place like Galloway that is a membership and you got to be invited, and it's not the easiest invite. I know we're super fortunate. And I know we've talked on this podcast about, like, we want to accentuate golf in the Garden State that most people can enjoy. And not everybody's able to enjoy Galloway. Let me rephrase that. Anyone who plays Galloway will be able to enjoy it, but not everybody's able to get there because it is a really special place. But I do also think this. In doing this, we are shedding light on a place that, like, hey, maybe someone didn't know about Galloway or had heard about it and was like, it can't be that good. And maybe we'll shed a little bit of light on it and they can put it on their bucket list of places. But it's not a public place. It's a private place with membership, and it is a stunning experience. It really was from stem to stern, and I know that we got to experience it in different ways that, again, other people that do get an invite still might not be able to, right? Like, we sat down with Jason, we had lunch with Jason, we got to play, we had the first tee time, we had an unbelievable caddy. It was top notch from stem to stern. What's your first takeaway? What's the first thing? I say Galloway National. What's the first thing you think about?
Breathtaking.
Mine's stunning. So so there you go. Right from there, it's exceptional. I thought it's this oasis, kind of down there. It's got the pines, it's got the views on the water, it's got AC in the distance. It's got everything there. I don't even know. I don't even know where to go, Mike. Like, it was awesome. It really was a great experience. And just talking about the golf course now, the architecture, the scenery, the foliage, the placement of like the golf course architecture, the placement of bunkers and water, and it was awesome all the way around. It really was.
Listen, I think I've said this on many different occasions when you and I've had the amazing opportunities to go play these private facilities. I'm an optics guy. I like standing on a tee box and seeing something. And I think that's why Liberty National always stood out so much to me. And it's very similar to Galloway National, where now I'm on a tee box and I feel like I could put my pointer finger on the Borgata right there in Atlantic City. Like, to me, like, those views right there are so good. I don't care if that means you're on the second tee box. I don't care if that means you're on the 18th tee box or the 17th green. Like, you saw the carousel that I put out yesterday. Every single one of those pictures is straight from my iPhone. I can only imagine if I had a real camera taking pictures out there, they'd be 10 times better, which just goes to prove that place is so damn good. It's reason why it's top 10 in Golf Digest, top 20 courses in New Jersey. Galloway National is a spot that I will say this. If you get the opportunity, I don't care what you're doing, you have got to go. For me, it may be like a top 5 golf course in the state of New Jersey on the private side, even though, like, I've never played Baltusrol. I can't really comment. Never played Plainfield, Ridgewood. I never played them. But for the ones I've played, like, I get there and I'm like, the greens are always so good. The driving range is flawless. The golf course, it's hard. It's challenging. It demands so much attention on every single shot. And listen, I've only played it a handful of times and there's never been one time where I'm like, you know what? It just didn't have it. Because I've gotten DMs from people saying, how bad were the greenheads? How bad were the bugs? How bad were the ticks? I can't lie. In the times I've played, never once did I experience that. So for me, Galloway National is an absolute gem. I would go play it every single day if I had the opportunity, and that'd be a spot I would never, ever get bored of.
No, I 100% there with you. I got to play it the first time last year and end of last season, and it was in great shape. Had no complaints with the shape. It was in better shape this time, so it only got better. Like you mentioned with the green heads, the fly, it wasn't like they were flying around or buzzing. No problems there. I mean, it was pristine in every way possible. It really was.
Yeah, and I mean you'll see that you see that in the Mike verses. You'll see that tomorrow in the Ryan verses. You see that in the carousel of pictures. You'll hear Lampy talk about it on Thursday even more. So like, listen, it is a spot that I won't be surprised when Golf Digest releases their next top 20 golf course in New Jersey if that doesn't climb the ladder. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I don't disagree there. I really don't. It is one of the best that we've played together, and it's one of the best that I've played again from the private side. It's a special place, really is. You got anything else?
No, I'm all good, man. Listen.
Me too.
Galloway National.
Incredible. So that's it for Mike and I. We're going to send you to our interview next Thursday with I talked myself into a little bit of a corner there and I got out. Thursday is our interview with Jason Lamp. Again, just an amazing man, an amazing story, a terrific golfer in his own right with a wonderful tree of people that he's had work for him. And one of the best putter collections maybe in the world. So make sure you stay tuned Thursday for our interview with Jason. It's going to be awesome. Till next time. Cheers.